I'm bringing the panty pack back. Couldn't help myself, man. The good old panty pack. What is happening, everybody? Thanks again for joining me in another installment. This is the third of a three-part series of all the preparation that I've done getting ready for this big trip up to Sturgis, South Dakota. I'm heading out there in just a few days, so you're gonna be able to track me, see the trip all the way up there, all the shenanigans that happen down there and on the way back. If you haven't hit the subscribe button and the bell, go ahead and do that now so you don't miss any of those videos. The first video in this series was about everything I've done to my 2007 Fat Boy to get it ready for this trip. Video number 2 was on all the equipment that I'm taking up there with me, including some budget solutions to alarms and security systems for the bike. There are a lot of essentials in that video, and today's video is going to be all about the riding gear. Before we get into that, I want to let you know that the video today, I want to focus it on the considerations, things you should have in your mind when you're picking out your riding gear. I'm not here to tell you that one brand is better than the next. I'll tell you which brands I have. There are different reasons for me buying those brands. Sometimes it's economics, sometimes it's because I just want the best of the best, sometimes it's because I get what I can afford. Anyhow, I want to keep the focus on the things for you to consider when you're shopping for your own gear. All right, you guys ready? Let's go. This is the one that I'm going to be taking with me on the long ride, only because it's a lot lighter material. They're both perforated, so the air is going to come right through it. And if you're interested, this one's a Joe Rocket, and this one is street and steel. But anyway, not very expensive jackets. What's most important is the quality of the armor inside the jacket. Check this out. So I took out the padding. It's really just rubber, and it doesn't have much give. See that? The Joe Rocket one, however, look at that. I'm gonna be removing all of the padding from both and swapping them out. This one is the elbow pad in the black jacket. This one is the elbow pad in the red jacket. This is the street and steel. This is the Joe Rocket. But look at this. This one is exactly the same as the shoulder pad was. This one's just a little bit bigger. And then this one is form fit to the elbow. Picked these up at an AutoZone. These are mechanics gloves, and the reason that I use them is here on the palms, it's a little more rough, and they're actually reinforced. These have been battle tested, by the way, and I'm not going to go into too many details on that, but what I will tell you is to help with the heat, I also go ahead and cut holes right through the side of the fingers because they are fabric on the sides. I'll show you how these look. Yeah. And then you've got these rubber bits that protect your hands, and even this part here will protect your hand if it's next to the throttle. So they're not necessarily made to be motorcycle gloves, but I'll tell you what, man, they sure do the trick. Look, we spend plenty of money as motorcycle riders on our jackets because the jacket's the cool part, right? Well, there's some other parts that are pretty cool too, and you need to protect them. If you want to know where to get these, I picked them up at Cycle Gear. They're called Reax, R-E-A-X. And just some things to consider when you're picking out your motorcycle riding pants. Number 1, inside here, see this yellow piece? This goes all the way down the back, halfway down the leg. This is Kevlar. So if something funky happens, at least you're gonna be protected because of the Kevlar. It gives you an extra layer of protection. The other thing too is, of course, the knees are padded. These pads are extremely comfortable, very bendable, as you can see. It's almost like a memory foam, which is pretty cool. They're not hard pads or they're not hard rubber pads. And then somebody asked me one time if these were leather. They're called waxed denim. So waxed denim is gonna keep them a little stronger, I suppose. Anyway, I love the way they feel. I'm probably gonna take these jeans and maybe one pair of blue jeans, and that's gonna be it, because all the time I'm riding, I intend to be wearing my riding pants. All right, let's go to the next. All right, let's go ahead and address two big elephants in the room right now, the fanny pack and the chaps. When it comes to the fanny pack, I started off this video saying I'm bringing the fanny pack back. Was it ever even in? But look, here's how you can use a fanny pack. When you're riding and you've got that thing strapped to your side, when you're going through toll booths and stuff, all you have to do is unzip that fanny pack. Your money's right there. You give it to the person and you take off. This is much better than digging through your pockets, or what I've always done is just run through it, wait for the ticket to come in the mail at home, and then pay that. It gets pretty expensive, especially if you don't pay them off as soon as you get those notices. Now, let's talk about the chaps. I personally don't own chaps. I know people who do, plenty of them, and they can come in handy. I mean, look, if you're going on these long rides, the more you're riding, the more chance there is that a rock or something's gonna fall off a truck, bounce off the highway and hit you, right? I don't know if you've ever been hit in the leg and the shin and the knee with the rock. It ain't no fun. So chaps, yeah, I can see where they're highly effective. Now, once you get off your bike and you're walking around wearing chaps, at that point, it's just a fashion statement. My fashion's no better than anybody else's, so I'll tell you what, man, I'm gonna make you a deal. If I see you out there at Sturgis, don't talk about the fanny pack and I won't talk about your chaps. All right, let's go to the next. Last piece of equipment not to do without, don't get caught out there without your rain gear. So again, this is not about brand or anything, just some things to consider when you're picking out your rain gear. Here's mine up here. Somebody left a comment the other day. They said, it sure would be easier if you had a bagger. Well, I've got bags. I'm just not gonna be using them. And I'm gonna tell you why here in a minute. And there is a tie-in to the rain gear. When you're getting your rain gear, make sure you try to get something that has some sort of reflective material on it. I mean, because remember, you're gonna be riding, if it's raining, it's probably gonna be a little bit darker. So if you have a reflective material, even better. What I do is I put my duffel bag on my bike, and then I drape my rain jacket over it, and then I bungee that down. All I need to do is pull over, unbungee, put it on, bungee my stuff back up, back on the road. So that pretty much wraps it up. Those are the basics. If you're gonna be at Sturgis, I want you to let me know down here in the comments. Who knows, maybe we can meet up for a cup of coffee or a nice cold Coke on the rocks. Ride safe, people. I hope to see you out there in the mother humming streets, and we'll see you on the next vid. Peace out, folks.